In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create the viral apple dog animation as shown here very easily using After Effects. So let's dive in. Create a new composition and add some desktop wallpaper of your like. Here I have imported some logos. Let's create a new composition with the width and height of 200 by 200 pixels. Import the icons and scale them down until they fill the composition size, just like so. Now duplicate the composition in the project panel, select the composition 3 layer and select the image layer on it and hold the Alt key and drag and drop other image layer on it to replace it. Scale it down, make one more copy of it. Now open composition 4 and repeat the same process. Hold the Alt key and replace the image in it. In the same way, repeat the same process for the rest of the icons. Here I am speeding up the process. Now head back to the main composition and drop the composition 2 in it. In the same way, drop all the icon compositions in it, just like so. Now place them one by one at the bottom as shown here. Now go to Align panel and distribute them horizontally and vertically as well, like so. Now select any one of the composition and select the anchor point tool and set the anchor point at the bottom. Do the same for the other compositions as well. Now let's draw a cursor shape, or you can import a cursor PNG as well. I'm going to take the help of this cursor image and let's trace it. Select the pen tool and set the fill to none and let's draw a path over the cursor as shown here. After done, enable the fill color. Now you can delete the sample image. Now let's name this shape layer to cursor. Now create a null object and name it cursor control. Now select any one of the layer and press S to open scale property. Now hold the Alt key and click on the stopwatch icon to open up the expression panel and add the scale expression. Link of it will be in the description. Now parent the cursor shape layer to cursor control null layer. Now with the cursor control layer selected, with the help of position property, just hover over the icon on which we have applied the scale expression. So here you can see the scale up animation and then it comes back to its normal scale. Now press P to open position property or click on the stopwatch icon and this time paste the position expression. Now it not only scales up but also moves upward on y-axis and comes back to the original position when the cursor moves away from the icon. Now copy the scale expression from the composition height. Open the scale property on other composition and hold the Alt key and click on the stopwatch icon and you can paste the expression in this expression panel. In the same way, paste it on other compositions as well, just like so. Now in the same way, copy the position expression from composition height and paste it on every other composition layers. When did I enable 3D on this layer? Here we go, this is what we have got. Now let's create a position animation as shown here. And let's stop the position animation of the After Effects icon. To make the corners curvy, just click on these pointers. Here we go, this is what we have got. By being on the last keyframe position, select the After Effects icon composition layer and split it right on that frame by pressing Ctrl Shift D. Now let's create a null layer and parent the splitted second part to the null layer. Let's begin the null layer from here. Open the scale property of the null by pressing S and increase the scale just like so, and then again come few frames forward and this time copy the first keyframe and paste it here. This animation is optional. I think it's too intense, slightly decrease the scale. So yeah, it's perfect now. And again come few frames forward, and this time bring it back to its default scale. Adjust the keyframe position until it feels right. I'm going to change the wallpaper. This one looks good. Now let's draw a rectangle box as a background for these icons. Now with no layer selected, select the rectangle tool and draw the rectangle shape over the icons as shown here. Set the fill to none. Now go to rectangle path properties and link the size property link and properly adjust the rectangle over the icons and place it below all the composition layers, and also increase the roundness to about this much. Let's turn this shape into an adjustment layer by clicking on this icon right here. Now go to Effects and Presets panel and apply the fast box blur effect on it. Increase the blur radius to about 60 and iterations to about 40. Here you can see somewhat blur on the rectangle shape. Now duplicate the shape layer and disable this adjustment icon on it, and also delete the fast box blur effect. And for this, minimize the opacity to something between 7 to 10. Now duplicate this shape layer, and for this shape, turn off the fill and enable the stroke with about 6 pixels. Here we go, this is the final preview. I hope you found this video helpful, and thank you so much for watching.